Okay, class, we will continue our lesson in your SST, that is lesson number 9, sending and receiving messages. So we have already finished discussing about teleprinter till teleprinter. Today we will do on fax. 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 It is an exact copy of reproduction of writing, printing and pictures at a distance. This method is now commonly used to send documents like letters, reports, photographs and charts across towns, cities, countries and even continents. Okay, so fax, it is also a Xerox machine. Okay, you can see over here. So this also helps on writing and printing out the pictures, and also it is used to send documents like letters, report, photograph and charts across the towns, cities and on the countries and even in the continent. Okay, now the radio. It is one of the modern means of communication. Radio is also a part of means of communication. It was invented by an Italian scientist named Guglielmo Marconi in 1896. Underline this. Who invented radio and when? On which year? That is an Italian scientist named Guglielmo Marconi in the year 1896. Underline till here. Every country has its own radio service. In India, we have the All India Radio. News, speeches, music, dramas, etc. All these include in radio, okay, are broadcast from the radio stations. Cricket commentaries can be heard whenever there are important match. The radio is also called wireless, as the radio signals do not travel through wires. Without wire, it can carry from here and there, okay? So it can carry from place to place, okay, like a mobile phone without wire. It is cheapest and the most popular means of communication. Through radio, aeroplane pilots receive directions from the airport control tower during the landing and takeoff of the aeroplane. So even the aeroplane pilot, this radio helps them to receive their directions, okay, through this airport control from the tower, okay, during the landing and also on takeoff, okay. Now the televisions. It is the latest invention among the modern means of communication. As we all know, of course, television is the latest means of communication. It was invented in 1922 by John Logie Baird. Underline this. Who invented television and on which year? That is in 1922 by John Logie Baird. Television helps not only to hear the sound but also to see the actual pictures. Television makes communications very effective. It is used as a form of entertainment. It helps us to watch different matches and other programs being played in far off places. Dance, music, dramas and films can be seen by people on television. It is very useful and educative. So this television also help us, and it help us to gain more knowledge, and it help us to learn day-to-day life about how peoples are going on, okay, and it even entertain us, okay. Now the newspapers. It is the most common, okay, means of communication, and also perhaps the oldest means of communication. Underline it. Oldest means of communication is newspaper. All important news and events taking place in and around the country and the whole world are reported in the newspaper. Newspapers are the most widely used means. So this newspaper, it is the oldest means of communication, and in this people go around all over the world, like the reporters and all, they collect the news, and all the news and events of important things, it used to be widely print out in the newspaper, and through this we get to know, okay. In 15th century, Gutenberg, a German, invented the printing press. Now we have printing machines which print automatically and with greater speed. A large number of books, magazines and newspapers are being printed daily. What is written by one person can be read by a large number of people all over the world. It is a good habit to read the newspaper every day. It is highly educative. It makes people conscious about their social and political rights. Okay, underline this. In the 15th century, Gutenberg, he is a German, okay? He invented the printing press. Okay, so in the printing press, what we get is that we can able to print out books and magazines, and also newspapers are being printed out in this printing press. Okay, now cinema. Another popular means of communication is cinema. It entertains a large number of people and spread knowledge and education. Documentary films and newsreels have a great educative value. Different countries of the world exchange feature films and documentaries. This helps to know and understand each other more intimately. Thus, cinema has brought the world closer. So even this cinema, it is also a very part of popular means of communications. Okay, and what does this cinema help us? Means it help us, it entertain a large number of people. Okay, and also it shows films and newsreels about documentaries and all, and plays an important role of educative value. Okay, now communication satellite. A satellite is a heavenly body revolving round the planet. Underline this. What do you mean by satellite? It is a heavenly body revolving round the planet. So this is the satellite. This is revolving around the planet, our planet. This is the satellite. Okay, the moon, for example, is a natural satellite of the earth. There are certain artificial satellites, that is man-made things, okay, or man-made satellite which have been put into space for communication purpose. These go around the earth receiving and sending message and pictures to the earth. In our country, we too have developed satellite communication technology such as INSAT 1A, INSAT 1B, the INSAT 1C, etc. are communication satellites. So these are the different type of satellite in our country. Okay, life has changed for people because of these inventions in communication. It is easy to be in touch with people and having news of every part of the world. So because of all this type of communications, our life has changed. Okay, it changed so many things in our country also, and you just underline all this. These are the type of satellites in our country. Underline all this. Okay, and through satellite it carries different kind of messages, pictures, and also other things, and it spread through all over the world. So that's the end of this lessons. I hope you all have already written this word meaning in your copy. In our previous class, I have already given you notes, that is question number 1 to 4. Fill in the blank and true or false as usual, your homework. And now I want to give you some extra question, because all these are going to include good marks, okay, for your internal. Number 1. Who invented telephone and when? The answer, Alexander Graham Bell in 1876. Number 2. Who devised a system telegraph? The answer, Samuel Morse, M-O-R-S-E, Morse, about 160 years ago. Number 3. Who invented radio and when? The answer, Guglielmo, Gugielmo, Guglielmo Marconi in 1896. Number 4. Who invented television? That is John, John, John Logibert in 1922. Number 5. Name the oldest means of communication. The answer is newspaper. Number 6. Name the communication satellites. They are, number 1, INSAT 1A, 2, INSAT 1B, 3, INSAT 1C. So 6 questions, extra questions. Okay, write all this in your note copy. That's all for this lesson.